This is a quick lecture to talk about how we arrange our code, how we do our layout of things in here, so that you know, so that you can follow along and see that you can do what we're doing without guessing. Why are they putting things in certain places? Why'd you put that down the bottom, and why are you putting your variables at the top? So here at Game Dev TV, we follow a fairly standard practice, which is having variables at the top of your class, and then you have your callbacks, your start, on enable, update, etc. come along next, and then any public methods that you have come along next, and we don't have any at the moment. We've just got private member methods, and that is the last thing that we have in our process here. We've got our process rotation and our process thrust, things that we've created ourselves, methods that belong just within this class and aren't public. So that's the overall order, and then there's a little bit more specificity when it comes to our variables, the way that this is laid out. I'm just going to paste something in here to give you a little bit of intel. We've got, first of all, our parameters that we put. So this is why I've always got my serialized field things at the top. When I say things, I mean variables at the top of my class, because this is what we're doing first. This is one of those things that you're often looking quickly for, okay, what are the things that I'm able to tune? What are the things that I'm going to be able to access? And because they're at the top, they're all grouped in this bunch here. As I'm writing my code down the bottom, I know, I'm going to scroll all the way up there and find it at the top in a group at the top. If we didn't do it that way, Unity be just fine if I took this rotation and put it, I don't know, all the way down there. So long as it's within the right curly braces area, it'll be fine. It'll understand it. But for us, from a readability point of view, it's important that we have our things grouped like this. So we put our parameters at the top, then we have our caching variables or caching variables. You can see here we're caching our rigid body and our audio source. So we're just getting that audio source once, we're storing it as a reference, and then it's available, we can see it, and we know right at the top of our class, there we go, we're caching these particular variables. And then we have any state. We don't have state at the moment, but for example, we might wish to have, say, a bool. A bool is true or false, and it could be is alive, for example. And that is a state. The player is either alive is true or alive is false. We would have the state as our third grouping of variables. And you can see I leave space between these categories. So I've got my parameters are all grouped together. I've got my cached references all together, and then I would have my state together, and then a space between each method and each method as we go along. So you can follow whatever layout paradigm you want. So long as your code works, it's all good. But when I'm giving you challenges, I know that people are looking at it saying, why did you put it there and why did you put it here? So I wanted to go through that conversation now that we've got enough code to actually talk about it, and you understand what all these various things are, you're ready for this particular conversation. So I'm just going to delete those. We don't need them in our code. Feel free to type them or take a screenshot and record those yourself, but we don't need them there. They were just comments for our own value, and I'm going to undo that. And that's all I wanted to talk about in this conversation, just to show you the order that we arrange our scripts in. Okay, I'll see you in the next lecture.